Today I'm going to make something, an activity center for my cat. See, cats just love cardboard. They cannot resist. It's because cats love to play and they're always looking for toys, and so I got a few ideas. I want to see what I can make out of cardboard. Something that my cats can enjoy, especially this one, Cheeto. The cats have gotten a lot of use out of this box and they tore it up pretty good. It's lasted for a few years. It's a wreck. And, well, they obviously love cardboard. I need to make them a new space. This toy was great for a while until it wore out, and this thing doesn't stay in really good. And they like to play. So I'm gonna try to see what I can create. Board, square, cutting tools, extra knives, and glue. I have all my supplies and tools. Now let's get started and see what I can come up with. Craft blades get dull cutting cardboard, so it's a good idea to have fresh new blades handy. I keep an ample supply. A new blade will make the task so much easier in cutting the cardboard. I am careful not to just toss the dull but still dangerous blade into the trash, so I tape it up inside of a folded piece of cardboard before throwing it out. That way it doesn't rip a hole in my bag or somebody grabs the bag and they get cut. I don't want that to happen. I glue 3 layers of cardboard together for each panel of the sides of my box. When making layers of cardboard, I turn the corrugated center layer perpendicular to give even more strength to the panel. After spreading an even layer of glue, I place the next layer down, and then I pile some heavy books to allow it to sit. So that means there's a lot of waiting for glue to set in this project. I use strips of brown paper to initially put my panels together as I try to figure out the structure that I'm trying to create. I have an idea in my head, but I don't exactly know what I'm doing. Everything will be reinforced later on. Now, cardboard is an easy material to obtain. I save all my shipping boxes from when we purchase items or we receive packages in the mail. Sometimes I include other packing materials for added strength. This will be an unusual shaped box with one angled side. You like your box, huh? Well, I'm gonna do some interesting things to it. Make it into a fun plaything for you. You can see this top section, it's laying on its side. The top section is a whole 1.25 inches thick because I wanted to have a very firm top. She's putting her marks in it already. I will be adding a bottom to this box after I create all the openings that I want to make in this basic structure. Cheeto is checking out her new box as if she already knows that it's for her. Both cats are interested in the box, but Cheeto claimed it first. I used my drill, my circle drill, to cut holes to bring some light into the box because it's going to be completely enclosed all the way around, all sides. I also inserted sections of cat-sized tubes in a couple of places. They will serve as an entrance or exit place. I used grocery bags, strips of paper to secure the tubes in place. I also used wide strips of paper to cover the rough edges on all the corners of the box, just to give the box a clean look. I know, they're going to scratch it up over time and tear it up. I know, that's what they'll do. I covered the edges of the door and the door frame as well with the paper. I used a long wire to insert the door into place. It's very easy to shove the wire right through the corrugated layers of the door and into each side. And I used needle nose pliers to help me maneuver the wire into place. My wire is probably 12 inches long, so it sticks in quite far on both sides. I thought it would add interest to have a rotating door that they can enter in or exit through. The door can be something to play with, something for the cats to manipulate. Let's take a peek inside. We go in through the side tunnel, which seems to be the cat's favorite place of going in and out. Here's a peek of the inside. The rotating door is on the opposite side of the side tunnel. There's a smaller tube coming in at the top where I can drop small balls, or I can move around some of those toys that are on strings to encourage them to play inside the box. Here's another exit tunnel, but so far the cats have not passed through it. They treat it more like a window to peer into the box. I may have made the tunnel too long. The inside space is big enough for 2 cats if they should so choose to go in together. I added a rope around the narrow tube on top of the box, so it's another scratching place, but perhaps it's too short. But they could rub up against it. The top tube is also a good place to store their toys that are on sticks. I can dangle toys down through the small tube or drop small balls for them to play with when they're inside the box. It appears they really like the scratching pad on the angled side. I often catch them scratching their claws on it. It seems to be at a perfect angle for them at the right height, so they get a good stretch when they scratch their paws. They use this pad a lot already. I can easily replace the pad whenever they do wear it out. I also added a narrow slide to drop balls for them to chase, which is another reason why I put that angled side. Cats naturally love to push things off of places, so they do not need help on that activity. I hope to teach them to put the balls at the top themselves as a self-play activity. Don't know if I'll be able to get them to do that, but they will knock it off if I put it up there. Add extra holes to bring more light inside the box, but cats don't mind darkness. In fact, they have really excellent eyesight in darkness. They could even retreat inside for a nap out of sight from us humans, because cats often will hide themselves. No, I have no plans to paint the box, because if you paint the cardboard, the cats they'll lose interest in it. As I think of new ideas, I may modify the box. If you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments. I'm sure they will get many months, if not years of use out of this play place. I did make a very sturdy box that could take a lot of abuse. Glad to see they're using the scratcher. It's at a good angle for that.
It's drugged.
Yeah, put some catnip in. Alright, I have this toy, which is they don't get to play with it much because it always runs under the furniture and then disappears. But this, the way it's designed, I'm gonna put this inside and it won't be able to escape. So maybe it'll encourage them to go inside and play. So let me turn it on and throw it in there. It's stuck already? Come on. That thing, it's a useless toy. They never get to play with it. Okay, it's moving. I must have it on low speed.
Ah, that's probably what it is. And that's probably why it gets stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's got the curiosity, but it can't escape.
Yeah.
Because there's no easy way for it to get out. Because it can't elevate itself. They are definitely watching. Maybe they're afraid to get in the box with that thing.
They're not used to it yet.
Well, they'll get in the box.
Oh yeah. This morning, when I was sitting here, one of them went into the box. When I went to get my coffee, I saw a tear. So yeah, they're getting in. Not as much as we think. They're getting in the box.
I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.